Hello and welcome back to Kansas. This time it's the Hooters Nationwide series taken to the track for 27 laps of what promised to be exciting action. Joining me in the booth we have Levi McIntyre and Dylan Young, and at some point during this we might also have David Rivera join us.
Indeed, but back here again at Kansas, and it's been the debut of the NRSL series, like as mentioned from the Chuck race. So this has been a very interesting weekend, and we haven't had our first caution yet at all, our first wreck. So will it happen this race? Maybe.
If not here, then definitely the Cup race. Starting on the pole today, we have Trevor Meacham, and starting alongside Sky Commons, who has struggled to get things going this season, coming into this race 29th in the points. Row 2, we have Kyle Thomas and Joe Davis. Row 3, Brennan Patterson, the top guy of the points contenders here, third in points, 33 points back, and Jeff James. Kyle Collins and Kyle Sosnowski, a couple Kyles making row number 4. And on row number 5, we have Matt Dixon and Preston Plord. Here's the rest of the starting grid, and I'll hand it over to Dylan and Levi for their expectations and predictions for this race.
I actually have it with Levi starting off, actually. Go ahead, Levi.
Well, I mean, considering Kansas, it is a very good mile-and-a-half track. Usually, sometimes you might get a big wreck or two potentially during these races, depending on which version of Kansas you use, but I say there's going to be a lot of passing, especially up at the front. There's going to be lead changes left and right, left and right, left and right, so it should be a good race.
And on the final row, we have Chris Washer and Momo Akari. And who would be your pick for today's race, Levi?
I am going to go with Dylan Young.
Well, what a shock!
And here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Would it be weird to say if I go for Levi in my pick?
Especially
in
since
the
he's not in the series.
If he was. Wow, I feel honored, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'd say that because typically at Kansas, whenever you're starting in like the inside line a little bit a ways from the pole, you can get good runs going early on and get to the lead and maybe pull ahead a little bit.
Well, Dylan rolling off from the 12th place starting spot right behind his teammate here today.
Well, the funny thing about Dylan, too, is that, he's good at the speedways and he's good at the super speedways. He's really, really good at those. And then he's not as bad with, the road courses itself. So, I'm looking forward to see what he can do at Kansas. But if I had a pick going for this race, I'm actually looking at the... Wow, I cannot even speak right now, Jesus. I'm going for the Gabe Williams machine, just to piss Stephen Pollard III off.
Yeah, that's
Well, it
what
doesn't piss him off so
that's
much in
another
this
thing.
series because Gabe drives for Penske Racing. It just pisses him
But
off in Cup.
still,
But Gabe rolling off from the 39th spot, and as we were proving yesterday, Chris Washer and Momo Akari can still pull out a good finish here today despite rolling off from row 21.
from row 21, that lucky row. Lucky bastard.
As much as I'd love to see Tom Gerard win, my pick for today, I'll have to go with third in the points, Brennan Patterson. And speaking of points as well, Drew Austin comes in as the points leader, 20 points over Katie Elizabeth, mentioned 33 back to Brennan Patterson. Seth Cole is the magical 69 points back and forth.
If Austin won,
Oh, we all know where that was going.
Yeah,
If Austin
Madison
won-
Williams 92 points back, Alex May 6th in the points, 102 back, Amanda Shelley 111, 7th in the points, Marcus Bruno finds himself 133, and Roman Rahal enters this race 9th in points and will be the final guy who could leave here as the points leader, 142 back, PJ Williams 10th in the points, and the two wildcard holders coming in, Matt Dixon who's 14th in the points, and Jeff James 12th in the points coming in. And funny
I
enough,
was gonna
mentioning
say, I was gonna say earlier, you said that Seth Cole was 69 back. If Austin Weiner was in here, he'd be like, "Hell yeah!"
Well, it's funny enough mentioning the two wild cards because look at this. Jeff James leading and Matt Dixon's in third. As I think the caution is already out, and it is.
Yeah.
Alex Hawkins appears to be involved, Elijah Workman, Cosmic Nova, Kenny Bale, possibly Momo Akari. Hard to tell on the damage level on any of these cars. Oh, Akari's got damage, definitely. Baskinger's got damage to the back end. Oh, Amanda Shelley's involved with a lot of damage as it happened on the back straightaway.
They're backing up.
Oh
okay.
crap! Up.
That happened.
And my pick gets involved with damage, of course.
Why, oh, why, oh, why?
Well, that happened. Jake Davis is
Yep.
involved. Alex May's involved. That's 6 in the points. Katie Elizabeth looks to be just fine, at least.
Oh, we got a car down low. It's the 11.
That's the points leader. Wow.
Austin.
Drew Austin involved in something.
Oh,
As we have pit stops as well, although those look to be mostly damaged cars.
oh, the
The
Oreo
pole
car.
sitter. Trevor Meacham's
Meacham.
involved. Sky Commons, Cassandra Renzi. Tom Gerard with some damage.
What on earth happened?
Hard to tell.
Probably either stack up or they were involved in the wreck.
As
The pole
Sky
sitter-
Commons has already retired.
Hmm.
So let's go ahead and take this chance to take a look back at what happened as Gabe Williams will roll off pit road with no hood. And we are back. Here's what happened coming off turn number 2. Watch the 09 and the 81.
Push it real good.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan Young's going to come up into the 81, and that's going to pretty much get that whole wreck started.
PJ
Yeah,
Williams.
That's where I was going with that thought. Oh, right there. 09 actually got into the 81 right there. That's how the 81 got side damage.
PJ
And then
Williams, the
this
guy who's
story
won back-to-back
checked
races,
the field.
involved.
Oh, and the 19 got involved. The 8. Oh, they really stacked up badly here. Oh, man.
There's almost more of a stack-up trying to get Woe down for the wreck than
Oh,
the actual
and
wreck.
the Kodak car. Kodak car really plowed in.
Wait, was this maybe after the caution?
No, this was during that caution when that happened. They were just trying to avoid that. Watch the Kodak car coming into play. Man, just
Wait a
no
minute.
brakes.
Wait a minute. I think this was the stack up. Wait a minute.
Oh, what the?
There was guys
We had
already
two
way
wrecks.
back. Okay.
We
Whoops.
had wrecks.
Okay, so here's what actually brings out the caution.
Oh, we did have
another
some
wreck.
wrecks.
This was the actual reason for the caution. That was the reason for the stack
Oh,
up
4
under the
wide.
caution.
Well,
Okay.
they actually saved it right there, and then
Oh.
18's got wiggled right there, and then the Shelly just went
When
around.
answers are question, or when questions are answered there, right? Okay. Oh,
and
wow.
there's Gabe. No.
Okay, so that explains all that.
The 2.
Yeah, the 18, the 40, 35, 66, 39, 30, the 4, 36, 22, the 83, and the 29. So that's what brought out the caution, and then the wreck up here with these guys explains the whole stack up, at least, underneath the
Well, the
caution.
funny thing was that before we saw this wreck, we thought that was the actual caution, and those drivers were involved. We didn't know this was a second one.
Yeah, this was the reason for the stack up, though, so that explains a lot of that. Okay. So now we will go ahead and go back to the restart and see who is left in this field.
Yeah.
And we are back just in time for the restart. Your top 10 is Jeff James, Kyle Thomas, Matt Dixon, Joe Davis, Kyle Collins, Troy King, Dylan Young, Kyle Sosnowski, PJ Williams, and Brennan Patterson. Big jump for the 99. Those out of the race, just Cassandra Renzi and Sky Commons.
Wow.
Whoa, Dixon into the left rear of Thomas.
Wow.
Oh, Dixon is driving it hard right now as Dylan has gone silent. Kyle Collins with damage on the left rear on the rear of his car. I didn't notice that, but okay.
I think Dylan's internet's being crappy to him again.
Maybe. Joe Davis now takes third away. Kyle Collins showing that the damage on his car is not affecting it at all, or at least trying to show that. As Sosnowski kind of moves him up out of the way a little bit there.
And well, Dylan Young maybe looking like he's trying to draft with somebody.
That is Troy King in the 21 that he was trying to draft with.
Yeah.
And it looks like the damage now starting to affect the 41 of Kyle Collins as he starts to slowly fade towards the back of this top 10.
Yeah, from the looks of it, yes.
Unfortunate break for the 41 coming into this race. 17th in the points, was looking for a great run to maybe vault his way up towards the top 10. Meanwhile, Jeff James continues to lead, looking for win number 2 on the season so far. Joe Davis second, and Matt Dixon third. Kyle Thomas in fourth, and Kyle Sosnowski rounding out the top 5. So Kyle and Kyle there, fourth and fifth.
The Kyles.
Yeah, I know. This is Kyle Fest, and we have also Alex Fest in this series from time to time as well.
Yeah, the only Kyle who's not up there is Matthews.
Well, and Collins.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe Davis now got shot up to the outside by Matt Dixon. Kyle Thomas going to capitalize as well. And Thomas is actually going to try and grab second out of all this. Not going to be able to do it, though, but oh well.
At least he's trying.
Madison Williams, Troy Kane getting up into this battle now as we see them just outside the screen. Madison Williams, fifth in the points coming in. 92 back, as we mentioned. And I don't see any of the other title contenders right now up here in the front of this field. In fact, let's actually find some of them. Drew Austin we saw involved in the wreck. Let's see where he's running right now. 33rd and falling. How about the 64, Katie Elizabeth? 25th. The 60 is currently 18th on the track. Actually, now 19th.
Oh.
Oh, no, now 19th.
And that was close.
Yeah, that was... Let's see where the 25 Seth is. 17th, just out in front of these guys. He's got a little buckle to his hood. And Kyle Collins already back to this battle, as he's just outside the screen there. Alex May we saw involved in the wreck as well. 38th and extremely off the pace right now.
Yep. I won't be surprised if this race goes into a long green flag run that they're going to catch him.
Amanda Shelley was one of the people who could leave here as the points leader. Right now runs 31st. Marcus Bruno, the Brazilian, in the 36th place right now. And then the final guy who came in with a shot of leaving here as the points leader. As there's a wreck in front, Bruno! It's Seth Cole! Seth Cole's involved! No. Black smoke erupting from the Marines Ford. Looks like Joe Davis was also involved. Caution out for the second time here today, as Matt Dixon leads back to the line now. But unfortunate break for Seth Cole. Fourth in the points coming in, not going to get a good run here, as he is probably done for the day.
Man, that is a tough break for Seth. Coming in only 69 points back.
Yeah, that's not that much to overcome here in this series, because we use the old system, at least number-wise. And right. Seth is, in fact, done for the day. Let's stay tuned to see if these guys make pit stops here right now. But if not, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a look back at what happened between the 34 and the 25. No pit stops coming. Let's take a look back. And we're back. Looks like what happened here is they got trapped in behind the slower Trevor Meacham. Matthews tries to move to the inside, then so does Joe Davis, but unfortunately Matthews is there. Duncan gets involved as well, and absolutely nowhere for Seth Cole to go, as Joe Davis actually gets up on, I think, what was that, 2 wheels there?
Yeah, and it was on top of the wall.
Yeah, not the
he kind of pulled off a Martin Truex or a Casey Kane right there.
Almost. Bruno almost got into Joe Davis there. But a tough break for both the drivers of the 34 and 25, as now Joe Davis' car severely damaged and Seth Cole out of the race here today. Let's go back to the green flag. And we are back here at Kansas, lap 19 on the board, so we'll have just 8 laps to go when we get the green flag. Matt Dixon is your leader, then it's Jeff James, Kyle Sosnowski in 3rd, Alex Perkle in his Hooters Nationwide debut runs 4th, Madison Williams 5th, Kyle Thomas 6th, Preston Plord 7th, Mary Shelley is in 8th, Troy King 9th, and Dylan Young runs in 10th. Seth Cole, the only retirement during the caution there. Meacham still runs 1 lap down, somewhere back here.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, as I said, he's going to step out. But In the meantime, though, it's been very interesting, though. We didn't even talk about fourth place at all, being that making its debut. How funny.
Yeah, it just goes to show how anyone can go ahead and step into this series and do good. Unfortunately, Binky not able to do anything good, so released by the team as the substitute driver for Maxwell Chen. We're hearing it might be just 3 more races till Maxwell can get back behind the wheel of that 24 car.
Yeah, good to see Alex Perkle in there running very, very well. I won't be surprised if Perkle gets a ride, eventually for the rest of the season afterward. He's running very, very well.
Yep, and meanwhile, Jeff James now goes back up to the top spot with just 7 to go here at Kansas.
Look at 11th in points. Kyle Sosnowski work his way up.
Yes, up to second now, driving the Lowe's car in what is the Lowe's 300 here.
How ironic.
Yeah, we mentioned that yesterday, how it seemed like with the title sponsors being sponsored on the actual cars, as Sosnowski just could not get the run off that corner there, it looks like, and falls a little bit back. Here comes Dixon peeking inside.
Yeah, Dixon running very well, and so far, just, you see a little bit of battle going on, but not much, though. That's at least a good thing, though, that to get a battle at least. But car number 0 now trying to take the third spot.
Yep, Kyle Thomas there trying to take third away from Kyle Sosnowski.
The battle of the Kyles is real.
Alex Perkle, Mary Shelley trying to wait to see who wins that battle so that they can maybe try and advance their way through the field.
Thomas still trying to battle with Sosnowski. This time he's going to get it.
So, and Mary Shelley going to grab the spot away from Kyle as well as they go down the back straightaway. And speaking of guys who we have not seen,
wow.
That was... Oh! Wait a minute, no way!
Oh, Young!
Oh, yeah. That is a heartbreak.
Of course, that would happen to me.
That is at least the second or third time that 09 car has had mechanical issues this season.
I love how it's the 09 car and it pulls into the one pit box.
Yeah.
Such amazing trollness.
Meanwhile, though, Alex Perkle grabbing 5th place away from Mary Shelley. Preston Plord up to 7th. And a guy we have not talked about at all this race, John Wilson, up in the top 10 as well. Taking, I think, what was that, 9th place there? Or hanging on to it, at least?
I believe that is.
Oh, no, 8th, okay.
Oh. We're failing. Wonderful.
And Dylan's worst nightmares coming.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
The guy who has not finished in the top 10 other than the 2 times that he's gone to victory lane right now runs in 10th. Here comes Troy King, though, and Fitzwater's teammate, PJ Williams, who does not look like he's going to keep the streak going and go 3 for 3 in the last 3 races.
Nope, it does not look like it. I'll laugh, though, if actually Fitzwater falls off the top 10. Like, he'll finish like an 11th or something.
Well, here is the battle for 10th. Troy King inside of Fitzwater.
I will admit, though, Fitzwater's got a nice car, but like I said,
look at this. Oh, they're trying to get around Lear's trying to get around the lapped car of Joe Davis.
And Fitzwater, that thing.
Oh, and there goes Williams and Ray Hall.
Ray Hall is actually doing well in the points and doing well right now. I believe Ray Hall is, if my thing would load there. I think it's, what is it, 6th in the points, I believe? No,
ninth.
That's
9th in the points coming in.
It's digitalized right now, what's going on, but I can still see well.
Okay.
I mean, like the race I can see well, but not like the people. No.
Well, in all that, apparently Matt Dixon was able to grab the lead. And wait a minute, that was coming to the checkered flag. Fail. Matt Dixon just won this race.
Yay, professionalism.
The 3rd win of the season for that Navy Dodge.
Oh my god. Professionalism.
I didn't even realize this. I didn't even realize it. Oh my gosh, that is terrible.
Professionalism.
That is terrible. I am sorry, folks. Wow, Matt Dixon, congrats to him. He won this race. Jeff James comes home 2nd, Sosnowski 3rd. Alex Perkle in his debut comes home 4th, Kyle Thomas 5th, Preston Plord, John Wilson, Madison Williams, Troy King, and Roman Rahal round out the top 10.
I didn't even pay attention as well.
Wow.
I thought honestly they were taking 3 to go.
Those last like 5 laps just flew by. I honestly did not realize it was lap 27.
No, I didn't know it was 5 to go. I thought it was like 6 or 7, but knowing how it looked in the text, that looked totally different. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, that was. Congrats to Matt, though. Honestly, they 3rd win of the season for that crew.
Bravo. Professionalism, guys. Professionalism.
Let's try and distinguish who might be the points leader leaving here today.
Fitzwater is actually in 17th. Ha.
Well, he got trapped behind the lap car was the problem.
Ha. Ha 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 ha. Funny.
Let's
Yes,
see.
sir.
Katie Elizabeth, maybe? Take a look at the bottom here, I guess. Dylan Young, it was a gearbox on the 09 car that went bad.
That's 20th in the points. Wow, that is just. Okay, but the big blow is 4th in points. Seth Cole, that's a very big blow right there.
Yeah, 40th place for Seth. Drew Austin finishing 32nd as the points leader. Katie Elizabeth finishing 15th. So we will have a new points leader. I don't know who exactly it will be, because Patterson gained quite a bit on Elizabeth as well, and I'm not sure where that would be on.
Well, they were only separated by 3
They're separate.
looks like
13 points coming in was the difference between those two, and it's 4 spots. But
Yeah,
it's right on
that's-
one of those barriers between 4 to 3 points per position. So
I think it's safe to say I think Patterson's got it.
Madison Williams, 5th in the points coming in, finishes 8th. Not bad for her. Alex May, 6th in the points, had a bad day, 35th. Amanda Shelley, one of the ones that got involved in stuff, 21st. Bruno finished in 33rd. And Roman Rahal miraculously somehow got a top 10 coming out of nowhere to finish 10th here today.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting race, and honestly I thought we were going to have, like, a wreck fest of a race, but only, like, 1 caution with 2
We had
big
2
wrecks,
cautions, actually.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Oh.
Two cautions and all that, but man, that was just I don't know what to say. I don't
Okay.
know.
Levi?
He said he was be right back. I don't know
Oh,
if I don't know if I heard.
Um,
Professionalism.
well, I guess then that's the final thought. Congrats to Matt.
I guess I'll leave final thoughts, but it was a great race overall. Congrats to Matt Dixon, and we're so professionalized there. And
Yeah, that's terrible.
I think David Rivera might come in right now because,
Well, I'm
yeah,
just looking
I think
at the points.
Rivera is.
I'm just looking. Here's the funny part about this. Dixon wins the race, but he's not even going to be able to move into the top 10 in points.
No, but you know what? It will help for a wild card, though. That's at least a good thing.
Well, pretty much he's guaranteed to spawn the chase just by wild card or by points. That's going to be the main thing.
So
Jeff, a great run, 2nd place. He was the 2nd wild card coming in. Our 2 wild card holders finished 1st and 2nd. How about that?
fun.
That's interesting
So,
there.
thank you guys for watching, I guess. And
Yeah. Congrats to
Wow.
Matt Dixon on the
Great
win.
professionalism.
We'll see you tomorrow for the Cup race here from Kansas. I have
Like,
no
great
clue of any
professionalism.
hometown heroes or anything, but oh well. For Dylan Young and Levi McIntyre, you've been watching production of the NRSL. We'll see you next time. For the 3rd time this season, Matt Dixon comes down to celebrate a win, but it's the first time since race 3, I mean. looks like pulling it down into victory lane. They'll do it here for the Nationwide Series. Next up for them, Sin City. We'll see you then.